Yo, traders, welcome back to Traderkeyz first. All right, in this week recap, I'll be breaking down my trades I had on GBPUSD and the one also on EURUSD. I'm going to be showing you guys on my entry and my exit point, and then uh, the losses I had, all right, and the lessons also I learned this week trading, right? Now let's dive in. Now this is also Monday here, all right, and on GBPUSD, right? Now I know I haven't really thought about my strategy, the strategy I'm using, but if you want that, you can leave a comment on the comment section on this video, and all right, I will talk about this strategy only if you guys are requesting for it. All right. So let's dive into what we have today. Today we're just going to be talking about the recap of the trade we had this week. Now on a 15-minute time frame, which is actually the time frame used for entry, right? Now we were expecting to get some sales on the market for price to sell into the our point of interest to take the buys from on the higher time frame, why we wouldn't just sit without doing anything in the market. We actually want to see where we can get in on this sale until the point where we can take out on the buys, right? Now on Monday here, during the Asia section, which was the Tokyo section on this point here, now we saw a strong high when price created a strong high during this Asia section and broke the structure to the downside. Now, if such thing happen on our entry type 1 model, we want to mark out our point of interest, which we did mark out from the higher time frame on this point here. And we're expecting for price during the London session to tap in on this London session and then, kind of take us to profit, because we do trade the London session and we do trade the New York section. These are the two major sessions we are trading in the market, right? Now you see where price is tapping here, it just dropped to the downside and gave us a 3.52 of the capital, right? Now, also that same Monday, during the New York section, there was also a trade opportunity that came out. Now, during the London session, price did create a strong high and then broke structure to the downside, all right? Now, our point of interest was also marked out here, and immediately price tapping on this point, it just sold to the downside, right? Now this one here was a 5.2, but actually we didn't take this position because I was actually not on the chart, but I did spot these. I already made my analysis on it, but I didn't execute, right? I didn't execute because you know why? When you are not on the chart, it's not nice when you take trade, all right? You leave trade open that you can't monitor. I wasn't actually on the chart, so don't take the trade. That's the number one discipline, right? Now on Tuesday here, price did create a strong high again during the Asia section and broke structure. And it did break a major structure from the 15-minute time frame, which you can see here selling off to the downside. Now on the London section, we're actually seeing how we're gonna get in on the market, but price didn't actually tapping on our entry, which we were actually waiting for this point. Right? It just kind of consolidated, and then also the New York section also consolidated, leaving a liquidity resting above, below our entry point, which is making this point here a very solid entry point, right? Now, but price didn't hit, it never came back, and then this taking us to Wednesday. Now, Wednesday also, we are actually seeing how we're gonna get in on this sell again, right? And then price did create this strong high on the Asia session and then broke structure to the downside. Now we marked out our point of interest at this point here, and then our entry limit was being set, right? Sell limit was being set. But funny thing that happened was during the London session, price never tapping on our entry point. This move down here was caused by news on Wednesday, all right? On GBPUSD, there was a very strong news on, right? And then we were actually waiting for price to retrace back into our entry point and tap us in for us to get in the market, but price never did something like that. That news just push it down, push price down to tap in on the daily marked out zone for the buys, which was this POI, this line you're seeing here from the higher time frame. All right, but we weren't actually looking for the buys yet because we were actually waiting for confirmation, which confirmations were not met yet, so we can't just take in on the buys. We're actually still waiting for the sale. Now, during the New York session, we actually waited for price to tap in, but price never did tap in. It was after the New York section, right? Then price did tap in on our entry, but we're sticking to our plans, our trading plans. We weren't supposed to get in on the trade after the London session and after the New York session. This was not the right time, it was around 5 GMT plus one zone in my time here. Around 5 p.m. the price actually tapping on this entry point, but we weren't actually going to take in on this sell, right? Now this was on Thursday here. Also, price did create this nice confirmation because on Wednesday price based on the news price tapping on the daily POI for the buys. Right now we saw a strong glow created here and then price broke the upside. Now this POI zone here was marked out for us to take the buys at this point there. Right at this point here, our stop loss was set for 10 pips and we're looking to get out on this point here. And then you can see what actually happened when price tapping on our entry point. It just moved to this upside a little bit and then just drop and hit us out, which was a fucking break-even trade. Oh, my bad for saying that. It was a break-even trade. It was actually a break-even trade. Now on Friday, this we kind of had this loss here, right? And at this point here, we weren't even actually looking for anything because it was CPI. A lot of news was happening this Friday, so we never want to look for any trade during this time. Now this is taking us now to the Euro USD trade that we also spotted. Now Monday on Euro USD, same thing. We're actually also looking for sell entries on the Asia time frame session. Price created a strong high, broke the downside, POI marked out, but price never tapped in during the London session. Same thing happened on the New York section. And on Tuesday, same thing, we had the strong highs here and broke to the downside, but price never tapping. It just moved a little bit here and keep dropping. And during the London session, it moved a little bit like as if it's going to tap us in to sweep this sales out liquidity at this point, but price never did. It never did. The New York session, same thing. It never did tapping. Right? This was on Wednesday. Right? We're actually going to take some sales at this point here because price is still selling. You can see that. Now the Asian session created a strong high and broke the downside, but something funny happened this Wednesday. We lost some money in the market. Now this was the first POI zone, and this was we also got in at this point to sell based on when we checked in on our 1 hour time frame. Price was on our POI zone that was being marked out here at this region, and then price is tapping. You can see the tapping and then keep dropping, right? But you can see price just hit us out, went back, traced back, hit us out, and came originally to the point of interest we're actually waiting for. Let me put this out here. Now we're actually waiting for that point. I actually wanted to get out on the trade at that point here. And for EURUSD and GBPUSD, our stop loss, I did add a 6% stop loss. That was just the reason I was stop out. My stop loss here was I set my stop loss for a 6%, right? I set my stop loss for a 6%, but imagine I did set my stop loss for a 10%, right? It will still be for EURUSD we did set our stop loss maximum 50%, 15. So if my stop loss was being set at 15%, right, so we wouldn't have been stopped out on this trade. You can see that price it dance around the stop loss level at this point then. But then again, our stop loss was not at the 15%, and it was at the 6%, but price hit us out and then moved to the downside nicely. And then on Friday, we weren't actually looking for any trade. It was CPI, and this is my this is what actually happened during this week trading GBPUSD and EURUSD, right? Now this week I would say overall I ended this week on a break-even week, right? The money we did make, we did lost it on while trading USD on Wednesday, right? And, but I learned that stick to your confirmations and kind of us the loss we had didn't just occur just on like that. We actually stick to our confirmation and everything was stick. Everything was stick before taking this trade, right? Now our psychology was also checked. We didn't go against the plan. All right, so every trade, win or loss, add to my experience, and that's how consistency builds. All right, so that's my recap for this week. All right, and let me know in the comment section what pair should I analyze next week. All right, and don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a like. I mean, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, stay disciplined, traders. All right, and trade safe. Peace out.